Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a very wealthy rich man named Chief Ademola. Chief Ademola was popularly known for his wealth and everything he has achieved as a man. Chief Ademola believed in his tradition that only female children can inherit the father's wealth. He insists on giving birth to female children. So, after having 3 female children, he decided to try the 4th time. Unfortunately, it turns out to be a male child. After a while, they called him to share the good news, but Chief Ademola was disappointed because that was not what he was expecting. He decided to tell his wife that he would not be needing the male child because in their customs and tradition, it required only female children. Because of his status, he wholly valued the female children, so he has nothing to do with the male child. His wife was trying to give him some reason to accept the child. No matter what the tradition said, he's still your son. But Chief Ademola never gets to understand. He doesn't care because he only values the traditions and what it says. So, it gets to a night when Mrs. Ademola came and asked his husband of what should come about the boy. But Mr. Ademola refused and said he has nothing to do with a male child. So, it resulted in a huge argument. Mr. Ademola decided to throw his wife out of the house alongside with the baby and say he has nothing to do with the child and his wife anymore. Mrs. Ademola was devastated. She left with the baby and left the girls, her daughters, with their father. So, as times fly, the mother raised the boy on her own, and he was named Tokbe. Tokbe became a very bright and intelligent. He decided to ask his mother where is his father. Mrs. Ademola twisted the old stories and tell him that his father went for a trip. He will be coming back in 10-15 years' time. She never told the boy the truth and why they are all living all alone. Mrs. Ademola always covered everything for her husband because she believes one day Mr. Ademola will accept Tokbe as his son. So, Tokbe grew up to become a wealthy, successful young man who owns a lot of company in the city and he even owns a bank of his names. So, he called his mother one day and asked her again, "Mama, I want to know my father. Even if he refused to come back, let me know where he came from. He has a village. He must also have a relative." The mother was shocked and said, "I know it is time for me to tell you the truth. I will give you an address. Go and search for it." But the boy insists that the mother must come along with him. She refused. She gave Tokbe the address to go and search for his father. Finally, Tokbe arrived at the city where Mr. Ademola, his father, lives. When he got there, he came down from the car and saw a old man staring at him, so shocked. And he asked, "Please, sir, I'm looking for such address. Can you be of help?" Mr. Ademola smiled, and the next word from his mouth, he said, "Wow, this is my lost son. Thank God I found you." Tokbe was shocked because he never expected to see the result so fast. So he asked, "Old man, why will you conclude that said I'm your son? What of proof do you have?" Mr. Ademola showed him some photos as an evidence and said, "This is my wife, your mother. And this was you when you were little. A lot of things happened. Please, let's go inside. I will tell you everything." Tokbe feel relieved and go inside with him because he has saw the photo of his mother with the old man. So he believes that was his father. And when they eventually got inside, Mr. Demola explained everything to Tokbe and apologized and asked for his forgiveness because he never showed the care of a father figure in his life. Tokbe decided to call his mother and ask her again, "Mama, do you really want me to forgive him?" And the mother replied, "This will always be your wish, to see your father one day, hug him and forgive him no matter what he has done. Hope you remember, Tokbe." And he replied, "Mama, you are always the answer to all questions I want." And he told his father, "I will forgive you on one condition. If you let my mother come back to her husband's house and continue being your wife." The father accepted and said, "That has always been my wish, but I don't know where she went to after she left with you when you were so little. But I hope she came back, and so we can start afresh." And finally, Mrs. Ademola arrived, and they both gave themselves a huge hot hug. And so the family gained back their peace and unity as one. So Tokbe and his father, Ademola, became rich again because Tokbe was a successful businessman, just like his father. Thank you, guys. Tell me what you learned from the story. Was Mrs. Ademola right by telling the son a lies instead of truth? Was it best for her to cover up for the father? Tell me what you learned from the story. Thank you and God bless you.